My friend, 2 seconds. Please scroll down, click that like and follow button, 100% free to play, and check my Discord because if you have any questions, I will help you there. Okay, let's go into the video. Hey guys, and welcome back on my YouTube channel. It's your boy Troll. In today's video, we're gonna discuss about the end game. Yes, what should you do once you have finished all your quests? For example, if we check right now on my account, I have finished all the area explorations, I have finished all the monster story, I still have 2 pages left in the adventure record, but I cannot do it today, I'm literally blocked, I have to wait for tomorrow or Sunday to be able to finish the very top one. But again, all of them are more or less done. If we also check in the quest, I have finished the main story on my Orbia. As you can see, area exploration quest 280 is done because I have finished all my blue quests. The only ones that are remaining, again, it's some of them I just cannot do now, and some of them will require me to basically push my team even further because some of them will be like finished Tower of Ascension Heart 200, and then Spires of Ascension 100, and then obviously all the colors, the wind, water, fire 50, etc. So this is very endgame. But anyway, let's jump into the video and let's check what can you do or should you do once you have finished all your quests. Okay, so the very first thing once you have finished all your quests is simply to restart everything. Yes, as painful it might be, once you have finished everything on one of your summoners, and there are 3 summoners, as you know, we have Orbia, Cleave, and Kina. Well, simply you're gonna basically start everything, the main campaign on your Cleave and then on your Kina or Orbia, depending what you have chosen. So for example, right now, after the video, I will basically go on my Cleave and restart everything. All the monsters are shared between all the summoners, all the resources are shared between the summoners. The only thing you do not share between the summoners is the gear and very specific gear. You can buy some gear and transfer it to another summoner, but the gear, for example, that I have right now on my Orbia that is leveled up, I won't be able to use it on my Cleave, etc. But since you have access to all the monsters you have built so far on your main summoner, it will be very fast and very easy. And it's very recommended you do this campaign because you get so many resources for free and you can do it 2 times additionally. So once you have finished all your quests, blue quest, areas, monster story, just jump on a new summoner and basically push the campaign and do the quest again. Believe me, as a free-to-play, it's the best way to get an insane amount of free resources. Now again, you can only do it 3 times. So this is basically like a last step before the end game and before the farm begins. So basically, build all of them, and what's next? Well, let's say you have finished the main story on all of your summoners. You have Cleave, Kina, Orbia that have finished the main quest. What's next? Well, let's check it out. So again, we are back. Let's say that you have finished the area dungeons, monster story, the main quest, area exploration on all of your summoners. What's next? Basically, the next step that I really advise you is to focus on your professions. Profession is a mandatory step that you will have to do and eventually finish, which is basically level 7 to access the end game. Some of the professions, you just cannot get the power or the best gear or the best enchants in the game without them. If we check at the blacksmithing right now, in order to increase my gear right now or to get even better gear, I need to push blacksmithing to 6 and eventually 7. For now, with the current rates we have, you only need level 6. If you obtain blacksmithing level 6 right now, you are good till we obtain the next rate, because I mean, even the next rate, actually, yeah, level 6 is basically what you need right now. Yeah. 7, we can't yet. Yeah, this is not obtainable yet. Yeah, so basically level 6 for now is all you need, and then 7 once the new rates are released. So like I'm telling you, the best gear that you're gonna obtain, well, obviously you're gonna loot gear from the raids, exchange gear from the tokens, but you can get an even better and stronger gear through your blacksmithing. And I pretty sure to obtain 6-star gear, the only way is actually through blacksmithing. So again, make sure to level up your professions. Like I said, you're also gonna have alchemy, which is super important because this is where you're gonna craft your gems, your enchantment, spell books that will give you an insane amount of additional power. You're gonna have the gems that you can put on your gear. You're gonna have the stones that you can put on your runes and your gear, I think. And then you're gonna have also the spell books that are only for the runes. But overall, this is an amazing additional power that you're gonna be missing out if you do not level up your alchemy. For now, I really advise you to go to 4 or 5. I don't think 6 or 7 is worth right now because first of all, it will be very expensive to even do it and it will require a lot of resources. Now, don't take me wrong, we will eventually have to build it to max so you can obtain the best gems and the best enchantments in the game. But I really advise you to focus on the blue gems, on the blue enchantments, and on the green spell books for now. Once we have the new raids and once we have to push to 400, 500k power, etc., then 6 and 7 and master eventually will be needed. Obviously, this will be very, very late game. So for now, focus on 4, maybe 5. Next, processing. It's something that we'll have to do because, again, most of the resources that you're gonna need will be coming from processing. Basically, processing is like the base of your professions, and then processing goes into alchemy, blacksmithing. So you're gonna eventually also need it. It's very easy to finish, to be quite honest. Already finished mine. Literally, the first profession I finished was processing. You're just gonna need so many resources from it anyway. And what's amazing about processing once you're level 7 is that you can craft those stones. And by the way, let me do them. Those stones will be so rare and so needed a late game because when you're gonna basically try to enchant your gear and to get to plus 15, you're gonna need hundreds of those. Those stones, as you can see, already saving up because once I'm gonna start properly farming gear, an additional video is coming up about how to spam farm raid gear, but this will come. But yeah, those stones are super important. Same for alchemy, actually, I was wrong. You're gonna need level 6. You really want to have level 6 to basically start crafting those spell books that you're gonna get from expedition. And talking about expedition, this is another late game thing you should do. So when it comes to expeditions, or when it comes also to spire of ascensions, both contents in the game will ask you that you build specific heroes for specific content. For example, if we go to the expedition, to farm the highest level expedition, what you're gonna need is a team that has at least one fire warrior and has no wind units. Basically, once you're gonna start attacking, which is basically start farming expedition, start grinding spires of ascension, this is the moment where the game will tell you, listen, we know you have Konamiya, Shannon, and Iselia, or whatever other 3 units. Now we're gonna ask you to actually build something else. So this is basically the moment when, only when, you should start building different heroes. Why? Because again, the best way to farm your skill books will be through expedition. The best way. You can also get them through other, like for example, field events, etc., etc. But the best way to farm spellbooks will be through expedition. That's why you want to have the highest level, and for the highest level, you will have required different champions. Like for example, like I told you, here you're gonna need a fire warrior and no wind units. For this one, if I remember correctly, you need a wind tank. Yeah, wind tank, that's why I built my wind vagabond. Here I think you needed a water support or something, but again, every single expedition will have a specific requirement. And then on top of that, the Spires of Ascension will not only, they will ask you to have a team of 3 fire monsters, 3 water monsters, but what's crucial to do is to do the challenges in the Spire of Ascension. Like for example, if we check challenge number 1, place a support monster and an assassin. Here, place a mage monster and an archer. Here we had place a support monster and an archer, and the third one was place a like you're gonna need a lot of units with different affinities, with different basically roles. And this is the very end game. This is where you're gonna start finally building your teams, understanding what heroes you need, regardless if they are 5-star, 4 stars, 3 stars. It doesn't matter, because if you don't need them for either Spires of Ascensions or you're not going to use them in the expeditions, you should not build any other unit that you cannot use later on. So this is like very end game, and this starts to become the grind for the monsters. Once you have done your professions, once you have done the expeditions, you're ready with your expeditions, you have the team for your expeditions, once you have the proper team for the Spire of Ascensions, the very last step will be farming raids. Like I said before, obviously the profession will help you to obtain the best gear in the game, but the basic material will be gear from the raids. So basically the very last step will be to farm non-stop the raids, especially with the new support system they introduced. I'll make a separate video about it, but it's super important that you do your raids, and this will be basically the very last end game project of yours. And I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything for now. Like I said, there's a lot of content coming out. There will be new raids, new content where it's gonna be like six people dungeon. You're gonna have new PvP, etc, etc. I don't recommend focusing on PvP for now. Obviously, the better, like if you have 5-star build, fully skilled up, it will be easy for you. But the monsters for PvP will be very specific and different from what you need from Spires of Ascension or the expeditions. So don't focus on PvP for now, because the monsters are also very specific. Anyway, guys, I think I went around the table. Obviously, the guild is also to focus, but this is like an ongoing thing, right? But yeah, we're gonna have obviously finish all the quests on all of your summoners, finish your professions, try to push at least to level 5, 6, and then eventually 7. Prepare and start building your teams for Spire of Ascensions and the expeditions, and then simply start farming non-stop the raids to obtain the resources to get the best gear in the game. Now eventually you're gonna switch from raid to rapture, because obviously to upgrade your gear you're gonna need the sky stones, and the best way to get sky stones is from the rapture. So you're gonna farm gear in the raid. Once you don't have enough materials, you're gonna farm rapture. Once you have enough materials, you're gonna refarm the gear, etc, etc. And this will be the end game process. Anyway, guys, if you think I missed anything or if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment below. The link to my Discord is also there, where I try to answer all of questions. And yeah, that's it from me. I will see you in the next video, guys. Ciao.